So welcome once again to another video here in Pennsylvania and to another episode in our wild edible and medicinal plants, because I'm still back here in my backyard, actually the landlord's property. I think I've done 4 videos this morning already. Today is April 22nd, Saturday morning. Looking for one more plant. I was down here the other night looking to see what's back here. But this just goes to show the number of wild edibles and medicinals are just like literally in your backyard. So I'm looking for something called ground ivy. I'm seeing a lot of the other ones we did today, but let's see if we can find a ground ivy. So just walking along this little trail back here. Here's some more of the wild garlic. Just did that one. I still have the taste in my mouth. There's some more of that spring beauty growing. We did garlic mustard some time ago. There's some violets growing back there. Those are edible. I'm not going to do a video this morning, but some other time maybe. But I think I remember seeing some ground ivy growing back here. There's some purple dead nettle. We did a video on that. Skunk cabbage. All kinds of stuff back here. Is this the... Oh, here's the ground ivy. Here it is. It's growing... So here's the purple dead nettle. We did a video on that recently. But growing down behind it, here is some ground ivy. There's some... Oh, getting stuck on a bush there. There's some more growing back there too. There's little blue flowers. So I'm going to grab some of this and we'll find a place to sit and talk about it. Actually, let me zoom in just a moment. Before you, let's get this plant out of there so you can see what the flowers look like a little closer up. There you go, there's ground ivy. Alright, so once again, this is ground ivy, Glaucoma heterosea. Once again, there's what it looks like, a nice little clump of it. And this is an introduced species as well, often considered an invasive weed, potentially a lot of areas. It's kind of like a ground cover, ivy. It can kind of take over an area. Usually grows like on the edges of your lawn and stuff like that, but it does have some edible and medicinal qualities as well. And it has quite a few other common names, which I'll put up here in a moment. So these are just a couple of the other names it goes by. There's quite a few other. Creeping Charlie, Creeping Jenny, you know. I just refers to the creeping nature of it, not like how it crawls across the ground, not necessarily its behavior. Field balm, cat's foot, not sure why it's called that. Maybe the leaves look like a cat's foot. Grab a leaf here. Maybe. And an ale hoof refers to its use in making beer, flavoring beer. Before they used hops, like over in England and stuff, they would use things like ground ivy to make ale, to give it that flavoring. I think there's some other names too, like gill over the ground I've heard of before. A bunch of other names it gets called. So it is edible, because I just mentioned it was used in brewing ale. But the leaves, it has a very strong smell to it, but they are edible. With a strong smell goes a kind of a strong flavor, but not necessarily a bad flavor. So I still have that garlicky flavor in my mouth from the previous video we made, so this will help get rid of that a little bit. But it might be unpleasant to some people, but people do put it like in like as a salad. I wouldn't eat a salad just of these leaves. That would be pretty strong. But it would add a bit of a stronger flavor to your salad. Of course, you can cook the leaves too, probably to make them a little bit less strong, if you know what I'm saying. Flowers are edible too. Not sure if they have much of a taste to them though. But the plant is edible. Like I said, some people might find the taste to be a bit too strong though. So it is known for having a number of medicinal qualities as well. But one other quality I want to mention that I tried once, I read somewhere that it was used to curdle milk to help make cheese. I tried it once, but it didn't work out too well. Maybe I didn't do it correctly. But anyway, it's something maybe you can look up if you're into that. But some other medicinal things: a diuretic, an astringent, and an expectorant. Because you should remember some of these terms are. Diuretic means it makes you pee. Expectorant makes you poo. And astringent is what helps shrink the blood vessels. We talked about using that before with some of their plants with like a wound. You get like that wound that's believed, you crush the leaves up and apply it to the wound. It shrinks the blood vessels there so that they stop bleeding. So it could be used for that. And along with that, some other things: your liver, urinary, kidney, respiratory issues, and fever. Of course, the diuretic goes with the the urinary issues and things like that. Helps to clean you out. Like I said, if you make pee, helps you to clean out those toxins and things like that, similar to the expectorant, things like that. So there you go. And these medicinal purposes and edibility aspects of it are one of the reasons why the Europeans brought it over. Something that came over with them. They were familiar with it over there in Europe. They used it for these purposes, so they brought it with them and often got planted in their gardens and things like that, and now it's kind of spread out on its own. It kind of grows wild, as you could say. But that'll be it for ground ivy then, folks. You'll probably find it growing in your yard or in your garden. You know, before you get rid of it, maybe give it a taste, see what you think of it yourself. But as I say in all these videos though, before you do that, make sure you do your own research first. Make sure you know that what you're eating or using medicinally is indeed what you think it is or believe it to be. Don't just take my word for it, anybody else's, because doing so could cause you or others harm. So make sure you know what you're doing, folks. Well, like I said, that'll be it, folks. I think we're done doing some medicinal edible plants here this morning, and I think I'll maybe try and get out. It's a beautiful day. Maybe do a video elsewhere today. We'll see. But as always, folks, thanks for coming along, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one, wherever that may be.